Alright, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and, now that we got our software, we're going to go on to the next part, which I like to do is, we got to organize your downloads, install your software that you just got. So we'll go ahead and, I like to do is, so we got a program here, let that install, and then if you know it, it'll make a programs directory, so now Cypher's in there, just kind of like on a normal computer, just a lot more, actually simpler. We're going to go ahead and cut this. If you make a new directory, make sure, I made this mistake on another scrapped walkthrough, is that I made all the directories ahead of time and then I didn't put any files in them, and then they'll just disappear on you. So you need to put some files in them first and then they won't go anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and make installs. Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and make it short. So INS installs. That way they're easy to navigate to if you want to do it manually through the terminal, which is yes, definitely possible. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and cut this. New directory, we're going to make it in, new CP, nice and short, simple. Short, simple, sweet. Alright, paste, oop, paste. Alright, another script. And this will keep your shit organized so that way it doesn't get all mixed up and all in one folder. And yeah, once you start getting a lot of mission files and everything, you'll thank yourself later for organizing it and kind of separating it out. Especially this initial stuff, all your scripts have that in a nice, convenient, easy to type in place, so you can actually once you get better at them, you can memorize these scripts. And you don't have too complicated of a folder, you can easily navigate to them and just type in finger.scp, and you'll know your path. In that case, it'd be like, that's why if you're connected, or actually no, you can just use C semicolon SCP, type in this into the browser, and then the script that you want, and it'll execute it, and then the IP address, and it'll execute it for you, which is, yeah. Alright, now, which, yes, I'll demonstrate later on, but I'll also demonstrate the easy way to use a script as well. These are not actually installs, these are just quick, kind of like the scripts. You can just double click on them, and all they do is they go into, bring in that short, or the command. So if you just type in force.gen semicolon, that will also do it, but that's also so you don't have to remember it or whatever. And I just throw them right onto that way if you want them, you just go straight to C drive and there it is, and you can engage it. IP scanner, that's a program, so we'll install it, and then we'll move it to installs. That way just keep it out of the mix. Keep it out of the way. Library is also the same thing, force.lib, and that's for cracking main level passwords. Or first level passwords. There's actually 2 levels to passwords in this game. You have your very base level, which is relatively easy to crack, and that's where you use the force login or those library generators. It basically attacks it with a library generator, and it's only a username, it's not actually a password, so it just it'll eventually kick out a username, and then you can log in. Just kind of like, you could actually do it on the Solid Software server if you wanted to. Since it requires a username and then it lets you in, that's the same security. It actually asks you what's your username, instead of with the second type. The more secure type is where it's actually built in, and it's like a ghost, and you have to use a keysniffer virus to retrieve it, and then you type in a command, which is login, username, and password, which we'll be getting into obviously, but that's just kind of, it distincts the difference between generator and library, and then keysniffer, and there's 2 different, and you use them in 2 different areas. So that's where other people can be getting kind of confused. They're using keysniffers when they should just be using these things, or vice versa, or trying to use these and they need a keysniffer and they don't really realize it. I would see is a very common mistake when you're not familiar with this game. What to use when, where, and that's where the tutorial kind of comes short. if you don't already have, definitely if you don't already have DOS or terminal experience. And you're kind of learning all this from scratch. And program, this is very important, PCQV. That's where we'll make those viruses and give our key sniffers trace alerts so you know you don't get busted. It'll let you know if you're being traced, and you can disconnect and crack them again. Port scanner, definitely need that. Those I don't think ever get upgraded versions, so you don't have to worry about downloading all of them. SMTP script, which we can go ahead and put in there. And cipher. Program. Oh, did I already, oh, I'm in installed, duh. There we go. So, there we go. And some of these are your decrypting programs, your decompressing and compressing programs, just basic things you're going to need to actually play the game. And we'll go through the commands that decrypt, decompress, and compress. These are all the commands that it's going to give actual worth to. Otherwise, they're not going to, without these programs installed, they're not going to, those commands aren't going to do anything. You're going to try to decompress a file or decrypt a file, and you don't even have the, oh, no. That's an install. And then, last but not least, the script. Alright, now we're set. Alright, now we have all of our files nice and organized, all of our programs installed. And then first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit up the PCQ virus maker. Make a new. All you gotta do, you want to select what you want first. So here's all the different, fun things, App Terminator, Resurrection, Overloader, hard disk crash, all sorts of cool shit. Trace Alert, which we'll buy later here pretty quickly. That's Trace Alert and keysniffer, IP callback, IP renew. Those are some of the ones that they're gonna force you to get later on in the mission or in the story pretty quickly. So, but keysniffer is what you're gonna need right off the bat. It's just a main tool. And I just always name it. You can name it whatever you want, whatever makes sense to you. But I just like to name it what it is. Key sniffer, and then bump it up. Spend a little jing on it, because you are going to use it for a while, until you start making actual money. So I like to spend a little good jing on it. Ooh, not that much. Affection system log. I can't remember what, I think it's, there we go. I want a little more than that. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of, it doesn't really, I haven't really found the, just the more you spend on a virus, the more effective it is. But it just keep adding to it, and it'll just get better and better. I really don't find what's better, what's, this and this in combinations. It's really just keep adding more and more until you can afford to max it out to all of its capability. Once you get to the higher versions of PCQ, you can do that. But for now, we just want to bump it up a little bit, make it a little better than average, and we'll go ahead and order it. You should get that, request email pretty freaking quickly. Order received, just move that bitch right to deleted. So I'm adding this in with the tutorial of once you get your software, and then also get your virus, and then now we'll be set to go into the next video of the first mission. And this is really all what you need to do just to get, before you even do that first mission. And that's what also people get kind of confused, is they just they start and they're ready to just dive right into it, and they don't realize that what am I missing here, so it's something to keep in mind. It'll take a minute for the key sniffer to arrive. You can fast forward time, pause time, right here. Pause, fast forward, rewind. Actually, I don't think rewind works, but fast forward works. So if you're waiting for a script or waiting for something, you can go ahead and fast forward time, but I'm not going to, because fast forward time can also be dangerous, because everything on this game has a time limit. So let's prove your worth. Let's see, by 123.04, and it's 121, so I got a couple of days, but I found if you stay away from that fast forward time button, you're gonna save yourself, screwing yourself in the end, especially at the beginning. Now once you're really getting good and you're aware of your time, and we will get 1 or 2 missions in, we're gonna get about 5 or 6 days to complete a mission, so then I'll get into, this is the time to, we'll get into side missions and grind out a little jing. That's the only way you can really make good money, is if you keep grinding out the side missions in between the storyline. And that's what will make you your money to buy better laptops and better viruses. And the story is only just gonna pay you once in a while some good money, and also help bring you along, but it's also going to throw you challenges along the way that you're going to want to take side missions, just like any pretty much RPG game. You're going to want to take side missions on your own accord, just to build yourself up and make yourself that much more prepared for what's coming up next. Alright, looks like we got that email. Yes, Key Sniffer, thank you. We'll go ahead and save that attachment. Yes, give it to me. Give it to me. Alright, now we'll go ahead and delete that email. Yes. Alright, now, there we go, Key Sniffer. And we'll go ahead and make a new directory. We'll just call it VR. Again, makes it just easier to navigate. So we'll install that installs the virus into your PCQ, and then we'll go ahead and cut and paste, and then we can show you where that's going to pop up, and when you know you did it right. There we are. Voila, all still nice and organized. We'll go in terminal, and there we are. There's the key sniffer ready to be used and launched, and it's pretty easy to use. We got that force load in there. There we go. Alright, I think that'll do it for this tutorial. Stay tuned for the next first mission.